Hello, hello. All right, all right. So we're gonna be doing our first stream of 2025. Hey, what's up, Matt Max 408? How's it going? Shout out to you and to M Star Media. All right, we got the first call coming in.
This call is now
Esta
being
es
recorded.
Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Can you guys hear the Global Tel Link info?
un individuo
Happy New Year.
encarcelado
Yup,
en
gracias.
de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar
Gracias.
Global Tel Link.
Hello,
Is
hello.
this Alvato James?
Is
Yeah,
this
looking for Alvato James.
is this David Isaac Lopez, located at Centinela State Prison?
Unfortunately, yes, it is. And I'm right here. I'm right here with my ace deuce, Jesse Nava.
What's up, fellas? What's up, James? How you guys doing? Happy to be here. First broadcast of New Year's Eve 2025. This year is about to be smoking hot. What's up, though? How you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing good. We just got we got Mad Max 408. He writes saludos. We got M Star Media. Happy New Year,
up?
fellas. Let me see what else. And Mad Max 48 also wrote Happy
favorite.
New Year's. James, David, and Jesse. Karina wrote Happy New Year's. Let me see, and this is a great way to
One of our favorite
kick
couples
off.
right there.
That's right. Good.
Go ahead,
We haven't done any streams. I've been doing like other stuff. Hanging out with my family, shopping, and all that good stuff that I've been neglecting around the house. But we're starting off a new year, and we got to go ahead and get back on the bandwagon, if you will.
No, that's
Rock out
cool.
with the stock out.
Yep, we're glad to be here, man. New Year's, it was rough. I'm gonna tell you right, it was rough. Before we called in right now, we were letting James know. Jesse, he went ham, man, on New Year's. Like New Year's night, they locked us down that night, but he was ready to go. He had that like Taylor Swift face glitter on.
Think Elton John on steroids.
With a big old size 50 Frisco Benz. And
Not
some
the
old knockoff
50s.
Cortez. They were in the British Knights, like AKA, the ghetto Cortezes. Yeah, he was ready to go. He had that freestyle explosion disc 5 on. Yeah, it was.
I was in the day room with my boombox, like, look out, weekends, here I come, because weekends were made for fun.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
was ready to get it in.
I thought they were gonna do a mental health check on us. Honestly.
I rocked out the door with my party with my 2025 glasses on.
Yeah.
To say the year across
He
the
did.
front.
He did. He made some. He
was
made
dope,
some out of soap.
Yep.
It was sad. It was sad to see, James. It was sad. I was like, my boy lost it.
Hell yeah. I may not have been the only one at the party, but I was the flyest at the party.
23 and a half years was too much for my boy Jeff. He lost his freaking mind.
Hey, M Star.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y
M Star
grabada.
Media wrote the dudes at
What's up?
Kern were locked down too, and then Mad Max wrote Jesse was catting off.
Jesse was
Yeah.
getting out.
For sure.
To put it lightly.
I was out there like, meow.
Yeah, I thought we were like, I thought the cops came too, and they were going to be a part of the party, and they popped champagne, but it turned out they were smoke bombs. They were like, everybody get out.
It was the extraction team. They're like, we got to get him out of here for his own safety.
Right?
Everybody get down. Yeah, it was Bartha shooting from the tower.
Yeah.
Yep. Nah, it was cool though, man. We made it in one piece. I got to stay up. Talking to baby pretty late. And
For the count, I was out by 8 o'clock.
yeah, he did. It was crazy.
I
He
was out by
was
8. It was all that partying. It was getting my New Year's outfit together. Got me wore out.
Was that was Tuesday night?
That was Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Hey, because you
it
know what
was.
was funny, right? So Jesse, he's been trying to catch Suits because we got these shows on the tablet, right? Some of them we have like the first season of Suits, Big Bang Theory, and just shows like that. And so we couldn't watch the second season. They never put the second season on. So we've had this damn first season on there for as long as we've had the tablets. It's probably been 5 years. We've only had the tablets here for about 2, but that's the only time. That's only
About a
season
year and a
episode.
half.
So Yeah, that we've had them personally, but they were in other prisons, before, like during the pilot program or whatever. So Suits comes on the channels we get here at the prison, and so it's the other season. So everybody was talking about it. It was a big old thing. I didn't even catch the first couple episodes, so I wasn't tripping. But Jesse religiously, like, this is like one of his diets. Like, he will plan for it. He got all the good stuff. Like, he set the alarm, and he's got his TV ready to go. He does everything, like even drinking coffee if he has to watch Suits. And it seems like all his goal is to get to where Suits comes on at 9 o'clock so he can go to sleep. this fool will be asleep at 9:05.
Gone.
Hey, he'll plan for it all week. This fool's gone in 5 minutes every time.
But in my defense, after this past week, I've come to the conclusion that I'm just going to let it go. Because even if I can manage to stay up from 9 to 10, like the 10 to 11 one, it's just that's just too much.
It's happened too many times.
Too many times. So for me, the reality of it is, like, I just don't have that kind of commitment to TV.
Hey,
like,
it's 2 shows back to back, so it comes out from 9 to 10, 10 to 11.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched both shows?
No, not completely. I thought the one time I stayed up and I missed like the last 10, 15 minutes, but I watched most of it.
You watched the whole first? You watched the first one though?
I watched the full first one, and then I watched most of the second one, and that was it.
How many times have you watched the first one? The whole thing through.
Oh, that's the only time I've watched the whole first one.
I suspected it was that bad, but I'm asleep. I'm like, man, I've gone. I talked to my girl, and I just got my own thing, like, focused on my TV. We got 2 TVs in here. Jesse got some volume on his, and me, I got my little earbud, for mine. But I pretty much watch his, or we watch the same thing. So I just put my channel on whatever he's watching, and so we can hear it on the speaker. But like when I'm laying down at night, I put it on just something like a movie or something like that, But I mostly focus on schoolwork. That's my thing.
Hey, what was the name of the show that you guys were watching?
Suits.
Oh, hey, so we got a comment from Anthony. He says Suits goes to 8 seasons. So man, you guys got a lot of catching up to do. And we got some other comments by from M Star. She says she was out by 10. And then let me see. Mad Max wrote 2024 was a good year for you. 3. I can't complain. Hey, I'm here. I'm still here. So as long as I'm here, it's always going to be a good year. And then let me see. Karina also wrote. Karina wrote with his hush puppies and a helmet. Damn.
Karina, shots fired. Karina,
fired. She got your boy out there in the day room with a helmet on.
Yep.
With the little propeller on top, like straight Chavo de Ocho.
With some hush, we should put you with some hush puppies. She's sticking to the to the theme, to what we're trying to say. We're talking about J. Cacholo. So we gotta have some hush puppies on.
She kept the hush puppies on me with the Friscos and the motherfucking helmet. That's horrible. Yeah. Well, at least if I fall, I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah. No, he'll be all right.
Yeah.
He did a lot of spinning. He did that Britney Spears twirl.
Yeah. No, but you know what though? That's why I came to that conclusion. I came to that understanding that I'm so far behind. Why get all prendido on a whole nother season, and then I'm not even going to be able, because they're showing it on Fox. They're all reruns of like season 2, and season 2 and maybe 3. I forget. I think it's season 2 though. So it's like I'm going to get all prendido on season 2 just like I did on season 1 on the tablet, and then I'm going to have to wait to see it anyway. So I figured, you know what? I'll just pick it up one day when I get out there, to the streets and I got some free time or something. Maybe I'll TiVo it or whatever. What they do? DVR it.
I don't even know if they got TiVo anymore, Jess.
I don't even know what they
got.
Where'd
you buy that at? Blockbuster?
Yeah. I don't know where they got it, but I'll tell you what. I'll definitely just order it on Hulu or Netflix or something. One of them motherfuckers got to have it.
Yep. Jesse's gonna go out there and get his wallet. He's gonna have a freaking Circuit City gift card.
Hey,
Blockbuster rental.
Hey, I gotta
stock.
Hey, I gotta stop in right here because I just gotta break the news to you because you guys been out the game for a while. Blockbuster doesn't exist anymore. Circuit City is been gone. Best Buy has his last leg. It's bound to be out the game any minute now. So all the stores that you guys remember when you guys grew growing up, Sears, Woolworths, Newberries, all of that is gone. It's a thing of the past now.
That's horrible. Okay, just when you think 2025 can't get any worse.
Yeah, you break that news right there.
James wants to bring this. Like, you're supposed to deliver that kind of news gently, delicately,
Yeah, you hit
one store at a time.
That's
But
his
you
whole
came in
wallet
with
right
the whole
there. Even
clavo.
his driver's license is expired.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
This man,
Yeah.
yeah. What's this man got moving forward? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't have a Blockbuster ID. Then who am I?
Yeah. he got the Blockbuster ID with the little picture in the front.
Yeah. It's not even my picture. It's a big black dude.
Yeah. Like, come on, Jesse.
Come on, Jesse. We know that guy's name's not Jesse. Now,
Come on now.
Yeah. Nah, but you know what though? 2025 though, despite all them stores closing and us being lost with nowhere to rent videotapes for the VHSs at, we're stuck.
Yeah, I heard they don't even got VCRs out there no more.
Hell no.
That's true, James. You don't got no VCR?
I don't personally own a VCR. The only thing I do have is a DVD. I do still have a DVD player and a Blu-ray disc player, but yeah, that's a little bit too much.
How you say in Spanish? Ay, los míos.
Ay, Dios mío.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Hey, Mercedes is laughing. You guys got Mercedes when she put ha 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 ha.
Hey, thank you. You know,
That's right. Well, today's Throwback Thursday.
yeah,
Throwback Thursday. We talking about stores that don't even exist anymore. But yeah. Now we knew that though. We knew that. We do have a TV in here. We did see Circuit City going out of business. We did see Blockbuster going out of business. Toys R Us went out of business.
Yeah.
Where else? Who else? Man, there's a bunch of stores. All the stores I grew up on, low key. Lucky's is out of business.
What about Miller's Outpost? Is there still a Miller's?
Miller Outpost, man, that's been gone, man. I don't remember Miller. The last time I remember Miller's Outpost was back like in 2002, 2003. Mercedes Road, they need to save a page. Oh, hey, Mercedes Road,
what?
they need to save a pager for you guys too.
I don't need a pager. I got my old Motorola Block. Motorola Block phone.
Yeah, the old brick phone. The brick phone.
Yeah, I'll show you, Mercedes. I got a brick phone.
Yeah, doing big things.
Yep, I got that big old freaking immobile freaking antenna.
He got the PS Page Me right there, the old Uniden. Yeah. It's not even hooked up. He's just flicking the switch on it, so it's making that weird beep. Like, come on, man. That thing's not even turned on, fool. That's not even the real beep. What's the matter with you?
Hey, wasn't there like a little thing you could do with the buttons to make it vibrate different or something like that?
Yeah, well, you could put it in the middle. You flick the switch in the middle, and it would vibrate, or you flick it up, and it would beep. But I remember, like, fools in middle school and stuff, the fools would have a fake page, or, like, they'd be real pages, but they wouldn't be activated. It'd be like, come on, dog. Like, because when it's not activated, when you turn it on, it goes beep, 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 or something like that.
I remember something like that.
Yeah, but
there
when
was something we would do that would act like we were getting a page or something like that.
Like, fool, if you don't get real, you know what I mean? Like, you barely afford lunch money, fool. You know damn well that page is stolen.
Hey,
that
guys.
clip don't even fit on there.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, so we just got a Iceman coming in. He writes, he's coming in from Mexico. Hey, Iceman, hopefully you're not roaming. Hopefully you picked up one of those SIM cards from Telcel Amigo, to help you out with the roaming charges out there.
Yeah, don't go where I was at in Mexico. Hey, I was thinking about you the other day. Hey, Iceman, because, man, my condolences to the 49ers, my boy. It was rough. I seen it.
Man, that's why he's roaming. That's why he's roaming the streets in Mexico now. He just gave up on.
He's trying to find a football team.
Yeah. Los Niners de Nayarit.
Hey, aren't they like big time Cowboys fans in Mexico?
I don't know what they got.
You don't remember that? Like, there's like a big old thing where like Mexico's team is like the Cowboys or something like that. I thought I'd seen that.
Hey, Iceman said next year.
Yeah, whatever you do. Yeah, you're rebuilding. I told you that for a while.
Yeah, for sure. What's up, though, Iceman? We send ours to you, man. We're happy to have you here. What's going on in Mexico? You down there on a vacation or what?
Yeah, what's going on here? You need some help? Blink twice. Got you.
Yeah, does the cartel got you? Let us know. We will send a smoke signal.
Yeah,
Apache.
I will pray for you.
Hey,
I can say it. Yeah.
We just had Marlene tap in. She writes, tell him to tell my favorite Capricorn hi, laughing out loud. And then the Iceman wrote, he's on vacation.
I will. Let him know.
Who's that? That's Felipe.
Yeah, that's Felipe. Felipe the Capricorn.
Felipe the Capricorn.
Hey,
okay.
I love when I hear that. I'm serious. It makes me laugh every time. Marlene was cracking. Thank you for putting a smile on my face.
Hey, and
thank you for tuning in and being here.
We got some comments from Anthony. He's asking, do they got any action to get out? And he also writes, Lucky's is still in business.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Lucky Strikers?
No, Lucky's. Remember the
Yeah,
grocery
the
store
Lucky is still in business, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Remember they used to have the one down the street from my house?
I remember they had Lucky's going even where I live.
I thought Albertsons bought them out or something.
What about Stater Brothers?
Yeah, I think they're
Stater Brothers
merging.
Stater Brothers still there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they merged a long time ago. They merged years ago.
Hey, this
Calls about to.
we're gonna answer the question from Anthony in a minute, but yeah, it's gonna end right now, so we'll give you a call back.
All right, for sure.
Right?
All right.
Yep.
All right. So, hey, Happy New Year to everybody that's tuned in. Really appreciate it. For those of you that are here, which I don't think is that many of you guys, these are live collect calls from Centinela State Prison. And if you're on TikTok, you can see these two gentlemen in the back on the background right there on the left hand side. Let me see left. This is gonna be David Lopez here. If you guys are wondering who David is, he's right there, and this would be Jesse Nava right there. All right, looks kind of like I see that on my screen. At least it has like that the Life Fest 2024 resides. Hopefully that goes away and you're able to see him. And there we go.
This call is now being
Esta es
recorded.
Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
Hey, what's up, Joe
un
Billings? How's it
individuo
going?
encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5.
Oh, 5.
Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello.
James.
David. Yup.
Yeah, so Anthony, he asked if we got any action on getting out.
Yup.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Sorry, I almost choked on some taffy right now. All right, so me personally, right? Jesse and I were both technically lifers. Anybody that's been on this channel for a while knows that, I've been in for almost 15 years. Jesse's been in for 23 years. I got 40 to life. So my case got open for resentencing recently. So what they're trying to do for the way that the cases work for 187s is I got the time for the actual crime, right? I got a second degree. So that I gotta take this taffy out, dude. I'm gonna freaking choke on it. All right, so
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
yeah, I was ready to choke on this taffy. All right, so anyway, the way it works with second degree is you get 15 to life for that, so that carries its own life sentence. If there was any type of weapon used, like there was a firearm used in mine, so I got a consecutive 25 to life. It's a separate term added to that. So that's why I got so much time. There's like for first degree, you get 25 to life, and then they'll usually if you use a firearm, they'll stack it to 50 to life. Jesse, he had like a special allegations, so that's why he had LWOP at first. Like if you have like for the commission of a gang or commission of like there's special circumstances, that's what they call them. So that's why he had LWOP. But Jesse ended up beating his case and he got 15 to life. And during that time, the gun enhancement when he caught his case was only 10 years without the L. That's how you end up with 2,500.
Yeah, it was under the old law.
Yeah, it's under the old law. So that's crazy that we have the same exact. We're technically here for the same crime. With a firearm, but he has only carried 10 years. Mine carried 25 to life. So that's just a difference in, the tough on crime policies and stuff like that. I'm almost done with my 15 to life. Like I'm literally on my 15th year right now. And then once that's done, I'm going to start doing my 25 to life. But the court, they can take that gun enhancement off. So that's kind of like the action I have, and I mean, I have a lot of things in my favor, with the exception of I caught my case in Riverside County. So it just
that's going to work against you
yeah,
at the time.
so it doesn't look good, Jesse's going to board pretty soon. So I mean, that's as much action as you could possibly have, right, Jess?
Yep. He's asking if we're going home, and so for me, this is a great year. 2025. This is Jesse. 2025 is a great year. I got a lot of things going ahead of me this year. I'm going to graduate with my AA this year. I'm going to start my bachelor program this year. I am going to be going to board by the end of this year, and I should be out of here by around May of 26. So it's it's gonna be this year's gonna fly. This past year flew by, so this one for sure is gonna fly by. Knowing that this is my last full year in prison. By the time I get out of here, I'll have been in here almost 25 years. Because I'm already starting on my 24th year. September of this year will actually make 24 years that I've been incarcerated. Like David said, it's not really the time is actually nothing, because at one point in time I was doing life without. I had no possibility of parole. I was actually gonna there was no option. I was never going to go to board or anything like that. So fortunately for me, I went back on my appeal. I took it to trial myself, and I fought the case myself, and was able to get a second-degree murder. I don't know if I would call it justice completely, based on the fact that I manipulated the court system to get what I got, and I don't think it's fair to the family. But I also I believe everything happens for a reason, because I actually could have gotten a manslaughter, and I could have gotten out of jail then, and it would have been bad, because I was a different person at that point in my life, and I would have definitely come back, and I would have probably ended up on death row. I would have definitely got another life sentence. I would have committed another murder, and it would have just been bad for everybody involved. So in this situation, I feel that I was blessed to get a second degree, and I needed to come back to prison and do some more time to give me the opportunity to get my head out of my ass. And the person I am today is not the person that...
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
The person I am getting out of prison is not the same person that walked into prison, and it's not even the same person that got the 25 to life.
No, yeah, what I like what he said right there, because I think it's important to understand. You know, we had a conversation before, Jesse and I. Okay, so why is it wrong, Jesse, if I were to tell you, well, do you wish you can take it back? It's not necessarily wrong, but that's a question that's got a lot of layers to it. So when you say, okay, well, I wish I could take it back. I wish I didn't happen. Of course, I wish the human life could have been saved. You know, I wish that this person is not gone, 100%. You know, the guy that I took away from his family, they'll never get him back. He's gone. He had a young son. You know, he had people that loved him. All I saw was my own selfish ambition at that time for me to do something like that. But in hindsight, I would have done it to somebody else. I wasn't. If I wouldn't have did that to him, I definitely would have still been the same gang member with that warped ideology that was a danger to the community. That's who I was then. How Jesse said, he's not that same person today. I'm not that same person that I was back then. And it's unfortunate that somebody had to lose their life for me to change my ways. You know, it's sad, man. It's a sad thing to think about, you know.
Yep, but what old boy had asked too is, and that's 100% true, and it's important for people to take responsibility and understand the magnitude of the choices we've made in the past. You know what I mean? So we are absolutely, both of us are going to get out of prison. There's no doubt about that. I'll be out of prison by mid 2026. I'm going to board this year. Dave will be out of prison by no later than 2031 or 31.
Yeah, I go to board 31.
Yeah, 2031. So. And so it's important, and anybody that's going to get an opportunity at their freedom again after the things that we've done, you know, I think it's important to stress the fact that we take responsibility for our actions. So we are blessed in the sense that we are going to get an opportunity to get out there and walk in society again and experience our family and experience all the great things that life has to offer, all the things we took for granted before, and all the things that we took from somebody who will not have the opportunity to be out there. But like I said, we're paying our debt to society, and moving forward, we're going to do everything we can to ensure that we don't ever make those choices again, and that we leave the world a better place than it was when we came into it. You know.
You know, the crazy part is, go ahead, James. You were going to say something?
Yeah, I want to read off 2 comments to you here. We got a comment from Mercedes, and she writes, well, prayers to you. My husband is doing LWOP, life without parole, but God has the last say in his timing. He's in control. And then we also got a comment in from Outlaw and Mortal, because right now I'm running a double stream. We got one on YouTube and on TikTok, and I got both of your pictures up. And he wrote on here that he knows. He was like, I know one of those guys up there. And then I'm pointing to it, and then he said the one on the right. So he knows Jesse. So we got somebody that recognized Jesse's picture on here.
That's cool. Yeah, we've both been around the system, so a lot of people know us. That's cool, man. And for Mercedes, with your husband, look, LWOP is not the end of the road. It used to be. Even my sentence, when I heard the judge tell me, 40 years to life. When they first said 15 years to life, they said second degree, and I was like, damn, 187A, second degree, and I was like, man, all right, well, that's not good. That's it right there. And when they said that they found true the special allegation of use of a firearm in commission, the 187, I'm doing the math in my head. I'm like, damn, that's curtains right there. That's it. I'm gonna die in prison. There's no coming back from that type of sentence. I knew people when I came to prison with 7 to life, and they were in for 30 years. Anything that came with that kickstand, with that life, you were done. So I know what it's like to walk away from that courtroom with no light at the end of the tunnel. Where I'm thinking, man, like, this is all my life is ever going to be. I'm listening to the echoes of the hallways, all the voices off in the distance. I hear the doors and the keys, opening and closing, and I'm looking at the Cochelas written on the walls, and I'm thinking, like, damn, like, this is it. There's nothing, that even the paint looks weird. Like, the way they paint the wall, it looks like it's got, like, finish over it. So even the paint looks like, I don't know, it's just hard to explain, but you start looking at all these details, like, this is my life, this is my future, this is all it's ever going to be. So I start to pay attention to what I got, what I got to work with, and it wasn't much. Now they're giving opportunities for LWOPs to show that they can program in a civilized society, man. And that's not just out in society on the streets, even in here. If you want to behave like an uncivilized person, they're going to keep you with uncivilized people. If you want to start educating yourself, you want to start going to programs, and you want to start removing yourself from that warped prison ideology, they're going to give you an opportunity to go home. And it trickles down. We got death row here. There's guys here that are down from San Quentin because they did that moratorium, and they're out here on the yards with us. And guess what? I've already seen, since I've been on this yard, I've watched a death row guy already I've seen 2 of them. I've seen one at Calipat and one here get commuted to LWOP.
And on that same token, just to give her a little hope and give her a little understanding, I don't know what her dude's doing or what exactly his story or his journey's been, but there is one of my buddies right here who's been down 30 years. He had LWOP, and just recently, not too long ago, about 6 months ago, the warden of the prison referred him to the governor for a commutation to have his sentence commuted. So, like, she's absolutely right. The last say is in God's hands. The last say is, and the truth about it is, it's on us to do what we have to do to put us in a position, because even with God's, glory and all his miracle power, at the end of the day, it's on us to move the pieces in order for his will to be done. And so it's important for your husband and anybody else that may be listening and knows somebody that's in these circumstances. Like Dave said, I had life without before, too. I had life without for years. Yeah. And so it's and like my boy right here, just recently, not too long ago, that he had life without. He had life without for damn near 30 years, and he still and just recently he got referred for commutation, but he got referred to commutation because of his conduct in prison recently, and he still got like 150 points. He was messing up for a long time.
He's got tattoos all over his face and head, and
whole body, And he's been a violent offender for a long time, but over the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years, he's been doing a lot of good stuff. He's a certified drug counselor. He's a mentor. He's been doing all kinds of stuff, and because of what he's done, they know that his message is that much more impactful because he comes from somewhere.
He can reach people.
He can reach people, absolutely. And so they referred him for a commutation. So he's going to be getting his LWOP taken off, and he's going to be going to board. And so for your husband or anybody else that may know somebody that's in them search that what seem like hopeless circumstances, hopeless situations, it's never hopeless. The state of California, the Department of Justice, the Department of Corrections, they're all moving in a different direction. So it's on us.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
they're investing in us, so it's important that we invest in ourselves. It's important that we show them that everything they're doing isn't it's not for naught, you know. So
yeah, start looking into non-designated program facilities. They're not SNY yards. You know, they're removed of that classification. Start looking into those yards. They have them. They have them in San Quentin. They got them in CMC. They're going to have it here. It's what it is, man. It's removing yourself and saying, hey, I'm not going to do this anymore. You know, you don't have to lock it up. You don't got to do none of that stuff. People put that in their head, but those yards, that's not what they're for. You know, that's just a matter of going and talking to the counselor and asking, are you moving the program on a non-designated facility? And they're basically,
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
are you willing to show us that you could behave like a civilized human being? Or are
if you can, then we'll give you an opportunity
Yeah.
to go exhibit that kind of behavior in society.
why are these people on those yards? And those, you know, what's that your business? Your business is your family. Getting home to your wife who's waiting for you. Your kids. James, I'm going to give you a call back.
All right, for sure. We'll be waiting.
Yep.
All right. So I'm pretty sure most of you guys are familiar with these phone calls. They only last 15 minutes, which doesn't make any sense on the tablets. You know, it should be unlimited. They should remove that 15-minute limit. I understand on the phone, on the walls on the phone or the wall phones, those they should keep them like that. But the tablets, they should be fully unlimited, man. Anyhow, hopefully somebody up in GTO listens to me one day and they remove that that limit there. And let me see here. So we're getting the new call in right now, and I am picking up.
This call is now being
Esta es
recorded.
Global Tellink. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta
I had
llamada,
a E
diga o
number
oprima
19
ahora el 5.
1989, damn, to 2017. Oh shit, hold on, let me plug in this call.
Gracias por utilizar Global Tellink.
Hello.
What's up? Yes, sir.
What?
Yeah, I'm back. No, but all right. So look, today was the first day of winter semester for college for Jesse and I.
How'd that go?
It was an interesting class. It was interesting. It went good. It was funny because we had to go up and give a speech. It's public speaking. That's our class. So winter semesters are accelerated. So you got to go to class 4 days a week for 3 hours to get your hours in, and it's a lot of reading, and we have to work on speeches. We got 2 major speeches we have to do, and then we're doing we had to just go up there and free flow speeches, and it was cool. It was interesting. I didn't mind on being a nerd.
I did mine on public speaking.
Yep. Yeah, I was growing up, with the area I grew up in, there was a lot of cholos around, but also a lot of skaters and stuff. There was mostly there were some Asians too. There was a good issue of Asians, but mostly a lot of Mexicans out there. And so me, I was kind of gravitated towards them, but I was internally I was a nerd, James.
Yeah.
I was a super nerd. I was a straight nerd. But the thing is that, look, back in the day, I was a nerd trying to be a cholo. And that's the problem. That's what got my ass in prison. I was a terrible freaking criminal. So this is the thing. Back in the day, right, what nerds do you have that you could think of right now? What's the top nerds from the 1980s and 90s?
Like real life or from the movies?
That shit we only know. Do you know some real life nerds?
Shell.
Mostly the movies, right?
Yep.
You know what your surroundings show you. But our surroundings generally, we don't come out guns blazing. We don't come out of the womb guns blazing. Some people are pretty little knucklehead kids and stuff. Jesse was definitely a knucklehead kid, but he wasn't even guns blazing out the womb. You know, you have outside influences. You move into neighborhoods where certain groups are more prominent than others. In my old neighborhood, there was the cholos. That's what was prominent. They were the in crowd. They had all the girls. They had all they were the cool kids. Even the athletes were cholos. You know, they were the ones that were just, you know, that was before they got on Spice and all that crazy shit they're on now. But you know,
Now they're just stuck now.
Yeah, yeah.
Tip them
Yeah,
over like
a few chemos, you know.
tip them over like cows.
Yeah, tomorrow you had a few paint huffers and stuff like that, but no, most of the cool kids like in my neighborhood were from, you know, gang affiliated families, and the ones that weren't, they still dressed like that. They had that image. So me, you know, yes, I'm Mexican, I look Mexican. I'm mixed though, you know, I'm mixed with other things. But so I gravitated towards people that look like me. And those were a lot of the gang members and the cholos. But my inner nerd liked things like, you know, fantasy, like Star Wars and, you know, comic books and stuff like that, you know. I used to like those things, video games and things like that, but that wasn't what the homies in the neighborhood were into. So I had to enculturate myself into their thinking. And that's crazy because that's what I talked about. It's like, all right, well, the only nerds, though, that I seen were on TV. Who? We had Steve Urkel, remember, from Family Matters?
Yup, and the
Super
Revenge
nerd.
of the Nerds.
Revenge of the Nerds, remember that? Revenge
Yeah.
of the Nerds? What about the Breakfast Club? What about, you had the Goonies?
The Goonies,
You
yeah.
know, those were the little nerd kids. And so those kids don't fit in society like where I grew up at. You can't roll to freaking school a Mexican with a pocket protector. You're gonna have problems, Holmes. Imagine wear suspenders. Remember, overalls were in, but you ain't gonna wear no suspenders. And don't tell me you went through the overalls phase too, James, like I did.
Hey, you had to. That was mandatory. The oversized Dickies. The what do you call it? Like
remember that?
Yeah, that was mandatory. The striped
With
ones and the blue ones.
With the strap down, with one of the straps down, hanging backwards.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. I didn't own some, but I put some on. Back then in those days, my mom didn't used to let me dress like that. So, one of my homies that was 3 years older than me would let me borrow his clothes. So, that's how I was able to do it. But at a certain point, my mom couldn't stop me anymore, and that was we had the Frisco Benz. I wasn't big in Ben Davis, but man, I could definitely relate to the whole the overalls.
What about you, Jeff? Did you go through the overall phase?
Of course I did.
Were you wearing them? Were you wearing them with the bubble with the bubblegum Adidas?
No, I never was one of them. I never got into the bubblegum Adidas shit. I never did. Like, that was more like the dancer, like the rebel, raver, tiger. Like those were more the ones that wore the classic Adidas. But they
what do they call them? The shell Adidas.
The shell toes.
Shell toes.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, shell toe. But I never really got into those. Didn't really care for them. I mostly, when I was going through the overall phase, because you got to remember.
Just thinking about it, it looks so ridiculous.
Yeah, when the overalls came out, remember, they came out with Guess overalls.
Yeah.
And they came out with Dickie overalls. Remember, everybody was trying to stunt. You know what I mean? So if you couldn't afford Guess overalls, which were like $60, $80, that was crazy back then. Pay $60 for some pants, overalls back then. So everybody was wearing Dickie overalls, letting them hang down, letting one hang over. But the shoes you were rocking with those back then were either the British Knights, the LA Gear hiking boots.
I remember.
Then it went into the Cortez. People started rocking the Cortezes. What else? What else were they sporting at that time?
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Absolutely not.
You never shredded the bottom of your pants?
No, that was another tagger. That was a tagger and rebel thing.
The problem with over there, like where I grew up at, like that's what that was prominent. There was rebels all over the place. There was a lot of taggers. The cholos all dressed like that too,
My area didn't get hit with the tigers till way later. My like,
Jesse was in prison at 30 with the wearing flared pants.
yeah.
Jess, that's way late. Jess, way late.
Yeah, I never,
He's put some boxes on the overalls.
yeah. I used to like when the girls used to wear the Dickie overalls. Oh, that shit used to look sexy. With the little white
Remember
top.
that? Yeah.
With the little white top,
That was the look.
that was a little troll look. Let me get you some tight little Dickie overalls on with the little white tube top on with the bangs all flipped up. Like, I'm a homegirl too, Pac-Man. This is my body. All right, my bad. No, all right. Well, do your thing, sexy thing.
Hey,
But yeah,
I got a
Go
question from Mercedes, and she's asking, do they have kids?
yep, sure do. I got
Yep.
I got kids and grandkids. So yeah, I got 3 daughters. All my daughters are grown. I know I sound like a young whippersnapper, but I ain't young because I'm using terms like whippersnapper.
Yeah, when did you cross into that range?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess Jess is an old man now.
Yep. Nah, but I have three daughters. They're all in their mid and late 20s, and I have a grandson, and
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I also have a son who's 8 years old, who he's actually my daughter's son, but I've been raising him since he was a baby, and we're adopting him. So he's my son for all intents and purposes. He's gonna be my son, for the rest of his life. So that is my son.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I have a grandson also.
I have stepkids. I got stepkids. My wife, I've known my wife even before I came in, and I knew that when I married her, that she had children, and they're a part of my life now too. They fulfill me, and yeah, I don't have any biological children. I was in the system for so long. I grew up in here. It's crazy because most of the guys that I know that they all got kids. But it just wasn't in the cards for me. One of my boys, he's been on here before. My boy Pit Viper, he's gonna be a dad, and it's crazy that this is his first kid too, and he's my age. I don't know how the hell that happened. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know what. That's actually my co-defendant. That's actually that's my brother. That's my best friend. And he just told me last week, the other day, that he's about to have a kid. Well, not about to have a kid. She's 7 weeks pregnant. But
he was still in the act.
He answered the phone. He's like, "Hey, dog, I'll get my girl pregnant right now."
Daddy, I'm calling.
I'm conceiving. Yeah, I'm conceiving as we speak. Just so you know, dog, you're gonna be an uncle. I'm like, all right. Well, when's the baby shower? He's like, well, as soon as I'm done with this shower.
All right. All right, my boy.
Yeah, I'll call you back later, Doug.
When is she conceiving? I don't know. What, 9 months from today?
Yeah, he's like, I was like, when's she due? He's like, what's today? Well, 9 months from now, dog, you hit me up. I'll have a kid.
Yep. That's the boy.
But I'm glad he's having a kid because I feel like he needs that kind of anchor in his life. He's kind of a rolling stone, my boy. He did a lot of years in the state, and then he ended up doing 8 years in the feds too. He was my co-defendant on one of the cases that I went on the run for before I actually got arrested for this crime that I'm doing life for. But him and I were also facing life together for another crime similar to this one, and he ended up coming in. He took a deal for like 5 years or something and took off to prison. I told him, I said, man, I'm gonna get washed up, fool. He was like, man, I ain't about to play with Russian roulette like that. I'm gone. I'm taking my time. I'm out of here. You're on your own. You know what I mean? So he took a deal and got on, went to state, and then and he got out, came back, did a couple violations, and ended up taking off to the feds. He ended up doing 8 years in the feds, And he got out and he was like, man, I'm cool. I'm not going back to prison. So I'm cool with that. He's been out there now for years, which is cool. He's got a bunch of Airbnb properties and he's doing his little thing. He's out there getting his money but he didn't have any kids. He's 41, gonna be 42, and doesn't have any kids. But he's like, you know what? It's time for me to plant the flag. So I think that's cool. I think everybody should have kids. I think that there's something to it. Unfortunately for me, I missed all the best parts of my children's lives. And that's the thing that sucks about it. Is I've been in jail their whole life. Before this 23 and a half years, I was in jail. I was in YA for years before that. I've been in and out of the juvenile justice system forever. So it just sucks to think that I missed all the milestones of my children's lives. And I can't go back and undo all that. But what I can do is try to get home to them as soon as possible, and hopefully I can be the father to my son that I wasn't able to be to my daughters. And that's all I can hope for.
Felipe's my son. I don't know if that's
Felipe's my daughter.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
his
the
ears are
father
probably
of that
burning
damn
right now.
Capricorn.
He's about to jump on the vent right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's probably already going back to. No, he probably just woke up. Actually, Felipe's a night crawler.
Yeah, it was crazy because, look, New Year's night, right? Jesse's long gone. Like, literally, he fell asleep 5 minutes in.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
I'm laying there talking to baby, and we're both, we're getting older. So we're just like, look, we're going to cap it. It's already like 11:15, 11:20.
Yeah.
So I lay there, and I'm still kind of pumped from my conversation with my girl, So I'm laying there a little bit. I open my eyes. I'm like, damn, I've been laying here for freaking 45 minutes. Midnight comes around, right? And I finally start to doze off, and this little jackass next door beats on the wall. Happy New Year! Fuck. Wakes
Did
up
he see at
Jesse.
least despensa and the tira?
Nothing, dude, nothing. He doesn't even know if we're up or not. Just beats on the wall.
Banging on the wall. He got these New Year tassels hanging off his titties.
Yeah.
All kind of stuff.
He's
Just
still,
like,
he's
what are
still
you
wearing
doing?
them. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They're actual piercings.
Yeah. He's got an American flag tattoo.
Hey, call back. It's about to hang up.
All right. Damn, Felipe.
All right. So they should be calling back once again. These calls only last 15 minutes. These are live calls happening right now. And this is for those of you guys who are not familiar. This is right here, who I'm pointing at right here. This is gonna be David Lopez, and over here on this side, damn, you can't even see my finger. There we go. That's gonna be Jesse right there, Jesse Nava, and that we've been doing these phone calls for like the last. I think it's been a year and a half already. Damn. There we go.
This call is now being
Esta
recorded.
es Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
What?
You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5.
5.
Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello.
James. Yes, sir. Yeah, I was laughing on the break right now because they sell these oils, right? And you can't get cologne in prison. Like, you can now, but cologne is one of those things that's always been like an exclusive thing, Like every once in a while, somebody will show up with some good cologne, and we like to wear it when we go to visit. So Jesse, of course, because he's been down forever, right? He's been saving this cologne, and the guys who are like the Muslims, they've always been traditionally able to order colognes because it's like for for religious reasons.
Yep.
Yeah, religious purchases and stuff like that. So they're the ones that we would always get the cologne from. So we get this freaking cologne, right? And Jesse has bottles of this cologne. So I look and I'm like, man, I need a bottle because somebody's gonna hook me up with some cologne. So Jesse got he's got this bottle right there, and I'm trying to look for a bottle, and I see one that's empty, right? Well, I don't realize that Jesse has been saving the last, 3 drops, right, of this super exclusive cologne. And I look at this bottle, I'm like, it's empty. So I went in, his last 3 drops that he was probably saving, He was probably saving his bottle for it. It could have been years, you know. Who knows? Who knows how long he had this damn bottle, right? With these drops in there. And I went and I gave it to somebody for some of that knockoff cologne, right? So he's ready to go to visit, and he decides he's going to use his cologne, right? And he's looking everywhere, and he's like, Dave, have you seen a bottle? You know, it's like an empty bottle. I'm like, that's the bottle. He's like, no, Dave, no.
No.
Yeah. I'm like, he's like, the look on his face is like, you son of a bitch. I was like, Jesse, there was nothing in there. I see like a little tiny bit of drops in the. He's like, there was easily, like he threw extras. There was easily 8 drops in there. these are like eyedroppers, right? I'm like, there's no way. He's like, well, there was at least 4. Really, there was like 2, right? But it doesn't matter because this was Jesse's drops. Like he had these things. Like honestly, I don't understand. Like if he was gonna shoot air at himself, you know, bottle air. And the cologne that like I haven't been around cologne in a while, so the shit that's in there, it's a little strong, you know. I think he uses it out of spite, you know what I mean? Like he's like, I know my drops are in there somewhere. Oh, poor Jeff, man. He needs to get out of here.
Hey,
let me
Dave,
tell you exactly what happened.
if I was you, Dave, hey, I would be sleeping at least with one eye open today. I wouldn't have a good night's sleep tonight.
Oh no, this is a long time ago. This is a while ago.
Yeah, I've already like I go to sleep happy now. Like
Hey,
honestly, like
hey.
I've already like.
You're
Yeah.
opening up new wounds, right? You're opening up old wounds right there. You're putting salt. You're rubbing salt on it.
He's already accepted his fate.
Yeah. No, since I've been in here, like you don't understand. Like Jesse has put so much. I told you about the cell. He put so much work in the cell. Like you don't understand. Like this cell it's all lined up and painted, and it's got Louis Vuitton freaking.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
He's got Louis Vuittons like waxed into like marble on the bunks, and like this shit. When you come in here, you're like, damn, this fool fucking. He did his thing, you know. And so I remember I was only in here for a couple of days, right? The first time that I'm walking around with Louis Vuitton freaking stuck to my back, right? From where my back peeled up the whole from where my back just rested and I lifted up and the Louis just lifted right up with it, you know what I mean? And then I remember the coffee spill.
Oh yeah.
I spilled coffee on the top bunk, right? And it just soaked right in. It's soaked right into the side of the Louis Vuitton, and it's all like it's stained Louis now, you know.
we gotta put a little helmet on Dave and.
I think we were on the phone. Oh, we were talking to Fish Layer one day, and I dropped the entire fucking. All the bottles on the top locker fell. I caught my TV, you know, and I left the bottles, and they fell and dropped Jesse's TV.
Oh yeah, with jalapeno juice everywhere.
The jalapenos open. Oh shit, got covered with jalapeno juice. It's rough being in here with your boys, you know.
Another time he was taking acetone to wipe off his thing.
That's right. Yeah.
And somehow, some way, this mess managed to find its way down onto my bunk, and he's acetoning the freaking marble right off the bed.
Big old fucking. Because I don't know what because you know what I did is I was right. Okay, so they give us these laundry bags, right? They give us these laundry bags, and there's like this little tag that sticks out the bottom of the laundry bag, and that's where your cell number is supposed to go. So I'm going to family visit. So I put everything in this laundry bag, and I'm like, damn, I don't got my cell number on this laundry bag, and I want to make sure that they know that this shit's mine and whatever, right? So I put it on Jesse's bunk. I grabbed the marker, and I put a big old 229 on the big old 229 on the tag. So when I lift the tag, there's a 229 in marker just bled through his bunk, right right on his fucking marble, right? And I'm like, damn. I'm like that fucking. That's like in there good, you know, and he's not here, so I'm like, fuck, man, I gotta get this off his bunk, man, until my boy gets back, right? So one of the artists, right, one of the painters that there's guys that paint real good. He gave me a little fucking bottle of acetone, right? Like I guess he uses it for fucking the paint or whatever, right? So I had it. I'm like, well, I'll keep it. It's prison, so we hoard shit, right? So I'm like, oh, this is a perfect opportunity to use this fucking acetone, because I know alcohol pads take off marker. So I'm like, well, acetone's got to take this marker off. So I throw the fucking acetone all over his bunk, right, and it freaking eats right through all the wax that's on there. And then I start wiping on the rag, and I'm like, damn, this fucking rag, I must have put a lot of marker, because this rag's all fucked up right now. It's all gray. It's got stuff all over it. Well, I'm killing right through the, like when I lifted it up and I seen it, like there's a huge freaking area where it's just destroyed, like down to the bunk, right? It ate right through everything. Ate right through the wax, ate right through the paper. And there was no way to hide it. It was just one of those things where Jesse walked in, and
I get back and Dave's sitting right there in one spot, and I'm moving all around him, and I'm like, damn, why isn't this fool moving? And he's like, so how's your day? He's like, hey, how's your day been, man? Where you been at, man? I've been missing you, dog.
I got a rice bowl made for him.
Yeah, he got a rice bowl, but he won't get up and move it or hand it to me. He's just sitting in the same spot, and I'm climbing over him, and I'm climbing around the back of him, and I'm just like, yeah. So finally I got to get a forklift and lift him up, and he's like, oh, what happened there? What'd you do? Oh, what'd you do, Jeff? He looks like the dog that ripped up the cushion while you're gone.
All that fool did was roll up a newspaper and hit me in the nose with it.
I did him like a bad dog. Bad dog.
I was just looking over towards Felipe like it was him. I fucked his shit up. Like that shit's fun. I in the locker, I did the same thing to the locker, man. The locker, right, like over by the freaking corner, because that's my spot, like right there. Like Jesse got a lot of the cell, like with stuff in it. Like I don't ask for much. I like the table from time to time, and I like this corner of his locker, like not mine, his locker. The top right-hand corner of his locker is my workstation. Like I that place, there's so many stains on there, James, like you couldn't believe. So that's where I cook. That's where I make my coffee. Like I had Kathy on there last night. Like he's just abandoned it too. Like, and there's a part of like a sick, twisted, sadist part of Jesse that leaves that part empty for me. Like,
go and hurt yourself on that corner.
he keeps it open right there. Like he could put something there. He could put something to deter me. Some sort of trap.
Sort of booby trap.
You know.
What's up, though, James? Quick question.
Yeah.
Pivoting on that. So what you got planned for 2025? Let's talk about what 2025 looks for everybody today. I want to see what people got. Some of these regular listeners, I would like for them to call in and let us know what their year looks like. Because some of these people, Marlene, M-Star, Mad Max,
yeah.
Iceman,
Mercedes or Karina.
Yeah, Mercedes. Like anybody that's listening, I want you guys to let us know what your 2025 looks like, and while you're at it, let us know what you were grateful for in 2024. What was the highlight of your 24? And tell me what you got going ahead of 25, because I think 25 is going to be a good year for a lot of people, and I'm interested to see what some of our regular listeners, what you guys have planned for 25, because I'm hoping that we can be along for that journey and along for that ride, and be a part of it with you guys, because I know you guys will be a part of our journey with us. Yeah. And like I said, when I get ready to go to board at the end of the year, and I get ready to walk up out of here next year, I'm thinking you guys will be here with us, and so I want to hear what 2025 looks like for you guys, and I want to hear what it looks like for you, James.
So for me,
in the meantime, go ahead.
For me, as far as like for 2025 with the channel, I've been trying to get into a facility, a correctional facility, so I could go ahead and record. So what I did a few weeks back is I sent a few different letters to a few different different states, that are local to me. We did California, Nevada, Oregon, Washington. Not Arizona. I don't think Arizona does it. I looked them up. I don't think they offer Utah and Arizona. I think they don't offer any type of access into those facilities. Those are yeah. So I wrote them letters. I wrote to the wardens. to check if if there's any possibilities of me being able to walk into this
Esta
facility,
llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
being able to get any access, and interview any individuals that are willing to to share their stories. Preferably, I'm hoping that the California Department of Corrections, is willing to offer that olive branch, and if they do, then I'll take it and run with it. But if they don't, then pretty much any facility in the surrounding states, I'm willing to go there and see what they have to offer as far as the programs they offer, the incarcerated individuals, what kind of activities they're doing, what their facilities look like, and then hopefully get some stories, have some people share their journeys with us, and coming back out and editing those videos and putting them out for for you guys to see. I'm excited, man. I mean, I've never been to prison, but I'm definitely excited, to be able to walk into one of those places and see what it's like.
Yeah, it is exciting when you get to walk out when you're done.
Yeah, no, it
cool,
is.
man.
It is, yeah.
That's
You know,
cool, though.
Like right now, you said that it's exciting when you're able to walk out, and I sometimes from time to time, I don't do it that often, but sometimes I do. I got a few buddies that are in prison, and whenever I have the time, and it allows it, I'll go try to visit them and go hang out with them for a few hours or whatever. But walking out of those facilities is like, man, and I think about it, I'm like, shit, I get to go home, and I'm with my family, and we do that that long drive back home, and then like shit, just like thinking with my homies, what his thought is, like shit, like yeah, we just chopped it up for a few hours, we ate some food, and we BS'd around, and had some laughs, but he gets to see me, walk out that gate, and I see him, posted up on the wall waiting for the correction officers, to take him back to his reality, which is prison. So I think about things like that, or when you walk into the facilities, all the BS they make you go through, just to get in, checking your ID, searching you, coming at you sideways, saying some offhand, type of comments and stuff, and a lot of times if you choose to say something, it's either gonna delay your visit, or you might not even you might not be able to get go into your visit,
Le
or
queda un restante de 60 segundos.
they might end up deciding that you're going to be randomly searched, and they want to go search your car, so they go grab the canine and do their thing, and then just waste more of your time, and then if something happens inside the facility and you don't get into that visit, then guess what, you're SOL. You're not going to get in until whatever situation they have going on in there is quelled, or if it doesn't end, then pretty much you just wasted a 6, 8, 10-hour drive for nothing.
No, it's true. Yeah, I know it's gonna cut off right now, though, James. So we'll give you a call back right now.
All right, for sure.
Yep.
All right. So for those of you that are just coming in right now, this is gonna be Jesse and David, and pretty much they're in prison. From whenever I have some time available, we jump on these calls. Normally with Jesse and David, we do them at least once a week. Normally on either Saturday or Sunday. But I had some time today. I got a few days off of work, so and I know I haven't been on since I think Christmas Eve. So here we are. Here we are back again. If you haven't done so, check out our YouTube channel at Collect Call From, and you can go ahead and check out their backstories. Go on their playlist and look up Jesse and David, and there they are. They are calling back.
This call is now
Esta
being
es
recorded.
Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para
Cinco.
aceptar. Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so I know Jesse asked me, what else, what I had in store for 2025, and I want to go and not overlook this. I want to go and mention it because I think my wife might be listening. So there's a few things I need to get done around the house that are on my bucket list for 2025. I gotta fix the dishwasher. I gotta paint the trimming around the house, and there's one other thing I gotta fix her sink because it's leaking. So 2025, all that stuff is gonna get done. But I'm sure my wife's gonna have another laundry list of things for me to do around the house. And when she gives it to me, it's probably gonna take me as long as it did to get this stuff done. So, but that's on that's on my to-do list for 2025 right now.
Hey, it's almost a little too late, but I'm glad you doubled back for your own safety and security.
I was going to say the same thing, man. You did right by that woman,
Yeah, I was going to say, you got all them dreams and hopes of what you want to do for the channel for 2025, but don't get that other shit taken care of. You're a dead man.
That's it.
We're gonna call the channel one day, and all we're gonna hear is.
We're gonna get a Dear Dave on the tablet. Dear Dave.
Yeah.
Dear Dave and Dear Jess. Yeah. I regret to inform you that my wife will no longer allow me to communicate with you two.
Yeah, right. It's gonna be a message from his wife saying, "Hey, this is what you guys wanted. This is what it is. Mm-hmm. He's not with us anymore. The channel's over."
Yep. When I untie him from the basement.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I'm done beating him with the pipe that he was supposed to use to fix my bathroom, I'll consider letting him back on.
Yeah.
All bad.
Yeah,
no, that's good though. That's good though. You gotta have projects like that. You gotta have things like that. Milestones, so that way when you get them done, you be like, oh, I finished this project. It gives you a little sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, especially the other day, we have these washing machines, and I'm not sure if I tell you, every so often they're always breaking down. And she's been wanting to get new ones. She wants to get new fancy ones. I'm like, hell nah. I'm not gonna buy any new ones because these I know how to fix them. Like if normally the same thing is always breaking down. There's always this one wire that breaks, that comes apart, from the spinning. And the other day I came home, I think on like the 31st, I came home and she was like, hey, the washing machine's not working. I can't be, we can't be bringing 2025 with dirty clothes. And I'm at home like at 10. So I got like 2 hours, to get this thing up and running. I was like, man, don't. She was like, if you don't fix it, I'm gonna order new ones. And I'm like, nah, like I'm not gonna spend like $2,000 on new washing machines. Hell no. I know how to fix these. I could have them up and running maybe like an hour or two. So, so I just took off the bag, checked it out, and it was the same thing that broke down last time, that one wire. So last time it was a little bit of a thinner gauge, so I just replaced it with a thicker gauge. So I'm hoping this one lasts a little bit longer before it falls apart. But yeah, I'm always on top of it, when it comes to that washing machine, because it's crucial. I'm not trying to wash by hand. I know you guys do it over there, but man, I can't do it. I can't do it like my daughter says.
No, I can't do it. I just went through this washing machine thing shenanigans at my house, so I already know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
and it ended up being a $2,000 expense, so or maybe even more now that I think about it.
No, yeah, and now they're all fancy and stuff. They got Wi-Fi. I don't even know why a dryer or a washer would need Wi-Fi. Probably even has a built-in camera, so you could check your load to check if it's done, or it sends you a signal to your phone to let you know if the cycle's done. We don't need all that. We got the little bit, the little notification. We can hear it. We're in the house. We don't need all that fanciness and stuff. To fix it, I was able to fix it. I mean, I got wire in the garage, so I just clipped some wires, boom, and threw it on, and we were good to go. So I'm like, man, if we get a new washing machine, I'm gonna have to learn the whole process all over, or it might be a little bit more difficult because a lot of these electronics that are coming out now, you can't even fix them anymore. It's pretty much once they break, they don't want you to fix them anymore. They want you to throw them away. Whether it's an iPhone or a cell phone or whatever. They're making them where you can't even repair them anymore. And I like to repair my stuff. If I could extend the life of what like an item. My wife calls me a hoarder because I like to save stuff. When stuff breaks down, I'll save like certain parts, and then 2-3 years down the line or whatever, I use that one part, and you say, I told you I could use it for something someday, and it comes in handy.
That's real shit. That's exactly how we are in prison, because the reality is you can't just go get more stuff. So if something breaks, you always want to have parts to fix it, because it's not like this stuff doesn't come easy like out there. You know, like your fan breaks or a radio breaks or a CD player breaks or something. You know, a typewriter, appliance, something breaks. You always want to have stuff to fix it with, because you know, like to get another one, that's a whole other thing. You know, it's a whole other purchase, and it's just so there's a lot of little prison mechanics and stuff like that, and so people keep a lot of things like, and it can become a hoarding. It can become a hoarding problem. But I agree with you, because even like at my pad, I don't remember if it was a washer or the dryer. I think it was a washer broke, and so they had to get a whole new set. Like, well, why don't you just get the washing machine? What's wrong with the dryer? There's nothing wrong with the dryer, but of course they want a new washer and a dryer because they have to match. Yeah.
Mando.
They got to match, so it's like, all right, well. Yeah, so I feel your pain on that one.
I wouldn't care about any of that. Like the washer and dryer, like that's in a place that's like a secret place of the house. You know what I mean? The washroom, isn't it usually like the washroom?
Hey, it don't matter, David.
I wouldn't care for that.
No, hey, mandatory. One breaks down, you're gonna have to get both of them. You can't. Hey, look, look. Just look at it like this. So, let's say something breaks down in your kitchen, your
Esta
refrigerator.
llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Let's say your refrigerator breaks down, but you know everything's matching. Your dishwasher, your microwave, your stove. You're gonna have to replace everything if you can't find like a stainless steel. You know, because you know it goes by. You know, every year, like they or every few years, you know, they're switching it up, like
Upgrade.
Yeah. So it's not gonna be a match. So it's not gonna be stainless steel. It might be like black or white or whatever the hell is in, and you next thing you're like $5,000 in the hole replacing everything.
I would have got some of that spray glue and some tinfoil.
I would have got some foil and some duct tape.
Yeah, I would have been like, baby, stainless steel.
Oh,
Hit some wax.
Hey, I just looked over. I saw some messages from Fischler. It looks like he just tapped in a few minutes ago. He writes, Jesse and David, Feliz Año Nuevo. And he writes, James, Happy New Year to you and your family, bro. Gracias, highly appreciate it. And then Yenny wrote, that's right, you need to get the set. So there it is there. You can argue with that. So I'm going to keep on repairing them until the wheels fall off.
No, I tried.
Jenny, don't be doing that. Don't be encouraging these guys.
Don't encourage these women to be spending thousands of dollars on the set.
Especially when my boy Fischler shows up. Oh.
Yeah, what's up, fam? We send our love to you all the time to Fischler. We're happy to have you here checking in with us. Happy New Year. Hopefully everything, all blessings from here on out for the rest of the year, man. Hopefully this time next, close to, no, it's going to be about a year and a half. I'll be out there with you, though.
That's just going to be so fast, Jess.
I know.
Hey.
I know.
Hey, Fischler wrote.
Yeah.
Fischler wrote. It's like damaging a wheel in your car and replacing it with a hubcap. You have to buy matching, bro.
Oh, he's in on it. He's in on it with them. His wife has got to him already, dog.
Yeah.
We lost you.
Blink twice, Flish.
He belongs to the other. Yeah. He belongs to the other side. Yep. I know that came. His wife probably got a drill.
Yep.
Probably got a drill gun to his neck.
Yep.
Like, you better tell them to get a full set. You better tell them.
Yeah, we're already going to go to Mexico to rescue Iceman. So if you're in any danger,
blink
twice.
Yeah, we're already going to get Iceman from the cartel in Mexico. So you let me know if your wife has an electric drill gun to your neck.
Yep.
I'm coming to get you.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull up in a camouflage Can-Am.
Can-Am.
Well, I'm gonna be sitting on one of them dryers, all crazy. You know what I mean? Be like, don't you judge me?
Yeah, don't judge me. He's gonna pull up on a quad racer, but instead of having the plastics and the seat, it's gonna have a dryer on top of it.
Yeah.
Nice four wheeler. So, that's what they did That's what happens when you break up the set. They turn them into dirt bikes.
That's right. Yep.
Hey, Fischler wrote. He wrote, "Hey, bro, happy wife, happy life."
Yeah. Oh no. Hey, everything I say right now, my girl says she needs a new set. I'm going. Like I know my place.
Yeah, I feel your pain.
Yeah. Like this is all my opinion. Yeah. Like baby says we're getting a new set. Guess what?
Yeah.
Get a new set.
And you heard what I said. I went through this not too long ago at my house, and we got a brand new set. So obviously, you know how I came out of that one.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There's a brand new set there, and I didn't want it.
Yeah.
So I hear you. I don't want no problems. I just came to this country to work.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, my queen gets a new set if she wants a new set. But if she leaves it up to me, they will be dispatched. I'll stack them too. Yep. I'll stack two dryer. I'll stack a washer and dryer that they're not even stackable. I'll be like, there's plenty of room. There's plenty of room on top of this big ass dryer to put a washing machine.
He got an over and under.
Yeah.
He like James wants to keep the extra pieces there. He got a couple extra dryers stacked up on top of each other.
It looks like a laundry mat, that motherfucker.
Yeah. Great tweaker order.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. And I'll have a spare one out back.
Hell yeah. That's good shit.
Sure. Now, my wife keeps me level, too, and she was with me before when I was on drugs, so she'll know when I'm crossing to the dark side at 40. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, if David's going to have a flashlight on.
Yeah.
On top of each other.
Fix the dryer. Talk about got extra parts.
She's like, she'll be like, first of all, take the fucking washing machine off of the dryer. It's not a stack. Second of all, get the keys, get a bag full of clothes. I'm taking you to rehab. You've relapsed.
Yeah. He's going to be like, why? Ain't nothing wrong with me. He's got a flashlight taped to his forehead. Ain't nothing wrong with me.
Got some random wires in his pockets.
You're tripping.
Sure. Oh, no, that's always. I got random wires in my pockets right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, he got
that means
wires
nothing.
in his pocket right now.
That means nothing.
Hey, we got a comment from
How
Fish.
dare you?
Yeah, the wires are critical.
Yeah.
Hey, he wrote, if I want to pimp out my Can-Am, I have to buy the washer and dryer.
Yeah, that's it. You gotta concede a little bit. Got a little concession here and there.
Yep.
Be like, hey, I'll float you a dryer and a washer, and I'm gonna need a new suspension kit for the side by side. Yep, I get it. I understand. For sure.
Hey,
see, James is the only one that seems to still have a hold on his washer and dryer.
I got him, man. I got him. Like, hey, man, I don't work enough to be able to afford a new washer and dryer. I gotta keep on, doing the rubber band effect. I gotta keep on adding rubber bands to the ball. But we got a comment from Fishy Road. Dave, don't let me find out you took the TV apart again in your living room.
No, I'm going for bigger now. See, that's the old days. Right now, I'm trying to put some KC lights in a roll bar on a Honda Accord. That's where
he got a TV right here with a high tech front and an amped back.
Yep, that's where it's at right there. No, you know what was my thing? My thing was always computers.
She can't even dance. Look at that. That looks hilarious.
I was a computer freaking nerd out there. I used to love freaking, man. I had a whole graveyard in my backyard of computer parts.
Hey, your first computer.
You should have seen.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Go ahead.
Hey, David, the first computer that you got, do you remember how big the hard drive was in it?
You know what's funny is that the first computer that we had at the family.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
We had one of them like Commodore 64s, like them old ones. But I remember the hard drives. Yeah, they don't look like that no more, huh? What are they, all solid state drives now?
Yeah. Now, and they're a lot smaller. They're like thin now. They're like little, like maybe they could be like 2 by like 3 inches big. And man, they hold a lot of information.
Like laptop hard drives?
Yeah, the laptop ones. Yep.
Like laptop hard drives?
Yep.
That's how big all of them are now?
Well, depends. They got like maybe like three different types. They got like the solid state ones, which are like the kind of like the same size as a regular like SATA hard drive. Or or if you got one of those thin ones, can I get some water? And if it's like one of those thin Apple ones, man, that is gonna be even smaller and installed on the damn motherboard.
That's crazy. You got another call on you, James?
What time is it? Yeah. Yep. All right. Yeah. So this one coming up, it'll probably be the last one. But I think we might be having Felipe calling in at. Thank you, my love. We're not gonna get no washer and dryer. My wife's over here trying to. They just saw you. As my wife to bring me a water, she was like, "Olive, why get a new washer and dryer? Hell nah." Here we go.
This call is now being recorded.
Esta es Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. No, that was cool. Yeah, so it's 8:30 right now, James. What you got?
Yeah. We could run this one, and we'll cut it off at 8:45. We'll run this last one.
That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that was my thing, just I like building computers, like repairing them and stuff, but it was just like a hobby I enjoyed doing. I used to do a lot of work on the computer. But I used to like find joy in like just I don't know, it was weird. Like that's where I like to tinker,
Mm-hmm.
Some people like cars and stuff like that. I've always enjoyed messing with technology and computers.
You know what? I'm the same way.
Stereo systems.
Yeah, some people are like that, man, and What were you gonna say, Jess?
My trip was stereo systems.
Stereo systems? Yeah, that was
Jesse's
Jesse's.
systems in the car.
Yep.
Man,
Yeah, I see now. Go ahead.
I just had a buddy like about a month ago. He was telling me that he wanted to install a radio or some amps in his car, and I was like, you know what? I still have my old. I had this old MTX amp. It was like 1,000-watt subwoofer amp that I had. And I was like, if you want it, you could have it. He was like, you still got it? I was like, hell yeah, fool, I don't be throwing nothing away. So he had told me he had been looking for one before. I was like, fool, I got mine if you want it. He was like, you really? You still got it? I was like, yeah, I got everything. For I got like the wire. I got the wire. To wire from the battery all the way to your trunk. I got a bunch of connections and stuff. You could have all of it.
Wire.
Yeah. So man, he was happy. He was happy. Last time I was out he lives out in Paris. I stopped by and dropped it off, and hopefully he installed it already, and hopefully he's knocking already.
Shit, with 1,000-watt MTX, he should be all right. MTX, the amps weren't the greatest, the MTX amps, but as long as you don't put too much pressure on it, he'd be all right.
Yeah, this one was really good. I never had any issues with it, and I had it hooked up to a JLW7.
Yeah, the W7. If it was a 1,000-watt amp on a W7, that shit pushed the shit out of me.
Yeah, it was 1,000. It was what was it? A 1,000-watt. I think it was a 2 ohm. But the JL audios they run at 3 ohms. But I couldn't afford the JL.
Yeah, they're 3 ohms.
Yeah, I couldn't run it. I couldn't afford one of those JL amps. Those things at that time.
Amps?
Yeah, they were like $1,000 at that time.
Yep. Yeah, the JL audio amps are sick. A lot of the JL audio amps run in mono too, so that like the JL speakers, they run better in odd series. Did you ever know that? Like they run better when 112 or 312s run better than 212s.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
They always run better in odd series. That's what I had in my car when I got busted with 3 JL audio, but I had the W6s because the W7s hadn't come out yet.
Oh yeah, man! Those the JL7s or the JLWs the JL7s I just had one because that one was enough to for the bass. Like my trunk will be rattling and it was crazy, but I remember I had to
one of them bumped. That's what.
Yeah,
it
would not.
Had in his truck. He had one of them, just one of them.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Yeah, just 112 will bump hard as hell.
Yeah.
My boy, little man, the one that Jesse talking about, he dead.
Oh.
He died of an overdose. Yeah, like 2005 or something like that. Hey, you know what's crazy? That I set up systems in my cars, right? Like Like I like to freaking knock, right? I like bass, I like everything, right? But it's all for death metal. That's what I listen to. All for crazy ass metal, man. And I remember I would roll up and I would be bumping some crazy shit, and you'll hear me subbing and everything. My homies will be like, "Hey, what the fuck are you listening to?"
What's going on here?
Yeah, what the hell is that?
Hey, Fish Slayer's asking.
Absolutely crazy.
He wants to know,
Yeah.
can Jesse and David receive laptops? I have a brand new one if they want it. If not, I can ask Big Blue.
No.
No, they don't. We're not. They give us laptops for school,
Yeah.
but we're not allowed to get our own. Like we both have
But I
laptops,
wish.
and little Dell laptops,
Yeah.
but they don't let us. We're like we can't get our own. That would be great though.
Yeah.
I'm
That
gonna
would
need
be.
it out there when I'm getting my construction management on though. That's
Yeah. And Blue's probably gonna need one for his school, you know?
yep.
'Cause you
We're
should start
starting
school
school on the
pretty soon.
20th.
Yep. No, that would be cool though. But thank you. Trust and believe. I will be showing up for a. I'm gonna probably like hit you up for an old pair of work boots. I'll be like, man, don't let me go in there with some brand new work boots. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have my lunch pail. Oh.
It sound like blue on the first day.
Yep.
Brand new tools.
Mhm. I'm gonna roll around in the dirt like a horse before I show up. So I think I got some wear in my stuff.
Oh yeah.
Nah, that's cool though, man. That's the boy right there. He's always looking out. Yeah, that's a good dude right there. There's a lot of really good people on this channel. All of our viewers out there, everybody that's like comes and spends his time with us weekly. You guys have made a tremendous impact on our lives. And believe it or not, even the few times that some weird people have come on here and made some weird ass comments, like it's impacted our lives too, actually in a better way, because it lets us know, okay, don't forget what's out there. We can't forget what's out there. We can't forget, hey, there's people that they hate our guts, James. They hate our fucking guts, man, because we're not a part of their system anymore. You know,
Hey,
and
that's always
it's
on my
crazy.
mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's always on my mind, and
Yeah.
and even for myself too. Like I know when I'm moving out there, not everybody might not like what I'm doing. So I'm always conscious of that. Even though I've never been to prison or gangbanged or any of that. Somebody
Yeah.
I might run into somebody someday, and they might not like what I'm doing. So it's always I'm behind my somewhere in the back of my head that I always gotta pay attention to my surroundings and see what's going on, because you just never know.
Yeah, that's that hatred, man. And it's crazy because it's like all you do is promote a positive message. Like we don't come up here and bash on anybody. Like we don't mention none of the gangs or nothing by name, and we don't do none of that stuff. We know that whole freaking get down, man. We don't do that. We don't put their business out there. All we do is promote a positive lifestyle in prison. Yes, we're in prison. We're no longer a part of that system. We're on a yard that's designated. It's a non-designated program facility. That's what this yard is. It's what it is. We remove the labels, and unfortunately, people are always going to hate us for it. And good riddance to them. It's just what it is, man. You're doing a good thing. You're not. I don't see you as promoting anything any which way. You've never come on here and asked us to disrespect people over there or to talk down on them. You've never encouraged it. It's always just been like, what was our experience through the system, and how did we get to where we are today? And that's commendable right there. If people don't see that, the real dudes that are on that side, like they don't really approve of the decisions that we made, which led us to where we're at today. The dudes who are really, really in it or have been in it a long time, they understand. They understand that shit happens. And they got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, they ain't worried about us.
Nah.
Anybody that really knows what it is like David said, they got bigger fish to fry, and they know that ain't nobody on here promoting nothing other than transformation.
And we're not doing anything to hurt their money and nothing like that. Like we're not putting names out there, and we're not even like promoting false narratives like they did on that fucking stupid movie, American Me. We're not doing none of those things. They're living the life that they're living, and we're living the life that we're living, and that's what it is, I'm no longer a participant in the field of battle. I'm aware of what's there, and it's what it is, But But I know that we got some. We still got a few minutes on here. Well, yeah, I can't wait. Man, I'm gonna hang up this phone and I'm gonna call baby and have a conversation. That just meaningful conversation with my girl and do my schoolwork and just go about my business. Go on with my life.
That's
I'm
right.
not stupid enough to. Yeah, I'm not stupid enough to go into their circles and stuff like that and think that I belong, because I don't belong there. Just like most other people don't. That'll be that. If dudes come on this yard and they want to get off, because 2025, that's when they're bringing everybody over here. This yard's officially, this is the year that this yard's officially non-designated program facility.
Did you guys get the popcorn ready?
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
On my corner of Jesse's locker, I got a bag of popcorn and a bag of rice.
Yeah, pick your poison.
Pick your poison.
You want to watch the show or you want to be the show? I got nowhere else to be.
Every time there's an incident, they're going to see a bag of rice go sliding into the middle of it. Do it.
No more locked doors.
Jesse's going to be mad, but man, you better fucking go get that rice. Shit don't grow on trees.
There went your rice bowl for the night.
Yeah, there goes your rice bowl.
I hope it was worth it. Should have just grabbed the popcorn and watched.
What is this, some serial killer calling card? No, it's just Dave being weird. That's all it is. I throw a bag of rice next to every incident.
You see the bag of rice sliding to the dorm, and then you see everybody at their window with their popcorn.
Yeah, right when the officers throw a smoke grenade, I throw a bag of rice. It's a symbiotic relationship. But that's what it is, man. It's what it is. But I appreciate everybody that spent this night with us. It's cool. This beginning of 2025.
Yep, it's a good year. It's a good year.
I feel it, man. This is going to be Jesse's last full year in prison.
Yep, I'm done. I'm done with this prison shit. When I bring in 2026, I'm not going to finish that year in prison.
Nah, but just don't do it like you ended 2024, Jess, please. It's embarrassing. I'm still getting calls.
I got rid of the Elton John costume.
I don't even know where he got face glitter, honestly. And I don't know where this, he's got this metallic gold shirt that he's still wearing. It's something else.
We're gonna have to upgrade his costume to a Grinch costume. That's Grinch is in right now.
Could you imagine a man walking around the day room dressed like a disco ball? That was. All he needed was some roller skates to complete the ensemble. With the 4-wheel roller skates. I was gonna take him straight to Venice Beach. But that's cool though. Yeah, I wanna this call's about to end right now. We got a couple minutes.
We got about 2 minutes and a half.
Hey, what's a real good love song that I can sing right now for my wife on the air? Something real embarrassing. In a note that I can't sing.
Hey, I wish I could help you with that. Maybe Jess could help you with that one. I'm awful when it comes to these type of songs.
Jesse will always freaking, he'll be like, man, anything I can do to make yourself make a fool of yourself. I'm all for it.
I need love songs. I got a list of love songs for you that make you look sillier than the last one. Each one will make you look sillier than the last one.
I should sing the reggaeton, and you're like, Dave, you do not speak Spanish. I don't even know what that was right there. That definitely wasn't Spanish.
All right.
We're watching Jose Luis right now. They're having a booty shaking contest. That's exactly how I wanted to start my 2025.
I don't even know where he finds this stuff at.
Hey, those
channel checking right now. I'm like, what the hell?
Those Mexican channels.
Huh?
Those Mexican channels are probably some of the best channels to watch while you're in prison.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
I think the worst. Yeah, so, as this call ends, I just want to say to my beautiful wife, I'm not watching a booty shaking contest. It's all Jesse.
Yeah, apparently you have no problem being married to a gay man.
It's all Jesse. I hardly notice what's happening right now in front of me.
En busca de señorita, the show's called En busca de señorita Colita.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you guys have a good night, man. Fish
Yeah,
later.
we send our love to all you guys, man. Thank you for bringing the new year with us. SoCal Fish Later, it's always a blessing, bro. You already know, man. Thank you, Iceman, Marlene, everybody, all the regulars. James, thank you for being here, being with us. We just wanted to spend a little time with you guys to start out the 2025. Take this collect call juice with us moving forward.
Yep. We will see you.
Like a candle in the wind.
James.
Lights like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And with that, we're out, but we will be back, I think, at 9 o'clock. If Felipe calls in, we'll go ahead and run a little bit longer, all right? You guys have a good one.